Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we're through decoding Mamwich versus or Mamwich Manwich, and we had discovered that these conversions and calculations could go on infinitely, mn, and you could start with the alphabetic order and convert back and forth, and just keep going, or you could start with the numerology chart and just keep going infinitely, and eventually you'd get down to where you had letters and numbers. You could mash them together and run categories. You could also write equations. So we decided to run alphanumeric, but since it's an infinite calculation, we had to pick a finite place to stop. So we stopped here on that side, and here on this side. This started with the alphabetic order. This started with the numerology numbers. So then we paired these off so that you had MN13, AC14, MA45, DN41, MN32, DM25, VE14, and W23. And we've ran this through stock market, finance, genetics, medical, chemical, uh, artificial intelligence, and we've gone forward in now we are on robotics. We're going forward in robotics. So we'll start with MN1 here. I didn't get it. MN1. And how about buy MN1 robot vacuum cleaner? And this is all about the MN1 robot vacuum cleaner. Super thin robotic vacuum. Super quiet, multiple cleaning modes, automatic self-charging robot vacuum for pet hair, etc. So MN1 ends up being a robot vacuum cleaner. All right, if we move on from that, you have 3A. You have 3A robot designer and urban vinyl action figures. You have 3A group integration of automated and robot assisted industrial solutions in your production process. You have the M2IA/3A Delta robot. It's the Delta robot is perfect for picking, packing, and assembling. So you've also got Hanawa Robotics HCR-3A, the small, lightweight, collaborative robot. It can be applied to any industry. So you got a few things here. This is the same thing. You got Robot Technology Volume 3A. So you actually have quite a few things here, but we're going to move on for time's sake to C14. And how about SISU C14 Cinema Robot? You also have C14 Robotics. That's on Twitter there. There's the Cinema Robot again. C14 Robotics Team. But you got the cinema. We use industrial robots refined over decades of R&D and built to last 10 to 20 years. Then it talks about its compact arm, has a reach of 1.4 meters and can move cameras. So you got a few things going on there. Arm-mounted manifolds, end of arm tools, millibar robotics. There's your C14 right there. Localization of C14 in the tissues of mice. And they apparently use robots. So there's some medical stuff. But we're going to move on to 4M. 4M tabletop robot. So 4M saltwater powered robot science kit. Kids robotics spider. But you do have a few robots there. 4M. And if we move on from there, you have A45, and you have A45 applications of systems, robotics and AI. You have the once again the Mercedes-Benz A45, and we know if you remember from the artificial intelligence, it had artificial intelligence. So you have A45 V-Belt, the robot marketplace. Here. I'm not seeing my number there. But you got a couple things going on with A45, back to the Mercedes-Benz. And that's interesting to me because we had that before. So with artificial intelligence. So if we move on from that, you have 5D. Humantix acquires 5D robotics to explain microlocation. Has acquired 5D robotics. And here you go, 5D robotics, California Manufacturing Technology Consulting. So you got a bunch of stuff here with 5D robotics. It's a company, it's a corporation. So we move on from that. You have 5DN. 5DN, there you go. Data Robotics announces a new NAS Drobo 5DN. DEVLD.info. So Data Robotics. And there's your 5DN. It seems to me there was more here. Yep, PSN 17-5DNW Orbit. And it deals with industrial robotics. And so you do have a few things going on here, but we're going to move on to DN4 and Fanuc Robotics SST-DN4. DN4 SST-DN4-PCI Yaskawa Robot Communication Card. Robot baseboard here, DN4. So you got quite a few things going on here. Robot forum, and here's your DN4 right here. DN4 Audix, the DN4 microphone interface. I don't see that deal. Well, robotics, who knows? It didn't exactly, doesn't that, we'll discard this one. Robotic control cells here. DN4 high performance device network. Interface cards uses an enhanced FPGA design. Robotic controlled cells. So you got a few things there. We're going to move on to 1M. And 1M, how about 1M robotics? Not much to say about that. 1M robotics. So, yeah, we're going to go. If we move on from that, you have N3. The B-Bird N3 uses advanced robotics. for a safer ear clean. Keep your ears clean. So a robot to help keep your ears clean. You got D-Bot N3 Max. Takes care of your home in 360 degrees. N3 down here, you got another robot vacuum cleaner. And there's your N3. A laser robot vacuum cleaner. So there's another robot vacuum cleaner. Now we're going to move on from that though and go to 2DM. And you also have 2D material integrated hydrocells. They deal with robots. But Ganker EX Robot 2DM. Down here you got a light following robot NSA 2DM. So you got a couple of robots going on there. Fusing 2DM robots and DM Toy Mouse and DM Cat Magician. So you do have a few things with 2DM. We're going to move on to M2. MIT Leg Labs M2 Robot. So M2 is a 3D bipedal walking robot, which is currently being developed in the MIT Leg Laboratory. The robot has 12 active degrees of freedom. And you also have M2 Robotics. Hey, you knock it off, guys. Cats. So, for your M2 robot. The M2 robot is a robotic height adjustable workstation that provides upper limb rehabilitation using 4 therapy modes. You also have Keenan Disinfection Robot M2, Keenan Robotics. So you got a few things going on with M2, but we're going to move on to 5V. And, Solar Power Manager DF Robot. Solar Power Manager 5V. So it's a robot to manage solar power, apparently. All right. Move on from that. You have E14. And here you had E14 right here. Smart light bulb. Home Flow Wi-Fi Smart Light Bulb E14, Cold White, and other robot products. And there's your E14. And that seems to be about what you got going on there. I thought there was something else. There we go. Watch Robotics S1 E14 self-driving vehicles. How robotic cars handle different situations. The trade-offs in creating self-driving vehicles. That's what I thought. So you got robotic cars. Oh boy, is right. So, my fiance said, "Oh boy," when I said self-driving robotic cars. That's what I was thinking. Oh boy, but E14 deals with self-driving robotic cars. Is what I would take from that. When we move on from that, you have 14N. And average robot forces torques of 14N. So Raven S, design and simulation of a robot for teleoperated something or other. And here you go again. RKC instrument M-PCP-A-14N-M. In use when removed, manufacturer, model with the 14N in it. Other robotics tag, other robotics. But I'd say this Raven S is what I would take from that. And now we move on to W23, Food Lab A, robotics and artificial intelligence. Robot D6 dice set, W23, Warehouse 23. GURPS Classic Robots, Warehouse 23, W23. So you got a robot warehouse. Yeah, I thought there was something else going on here. Robotic cable. Yeah. E2S W23 R1M OMS. Miniature rectangular inductive front face sensing, shielding, and it ends up being a robotic cable, which is kind of weird. And here's your W23 fixed robots, autonomous mobile robot fleet manager, collaborative robots. So you got a few things going on there, and that gets you through going forwards in robotics. There was quite a bit there. So we will come back next in the coming days, hopefully sooner than later, in robotics. So that's going to be it for this one. So for now, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.